You must be my lucky star. Just kidding. Anyways, welcome back, guys. This is Pop Palace. I'm Jack. I'm your host, and I'm so glad to have you back. So, from episode 1, I hope everyone enjoyed listening and even maybe learned something new about Madonna and her journey to 40 years in the music industry and beyond. I personally love sharing my love of Madonna with y'all, and I'm so excited to continue. We're going to talk about Like a Virgin, her second album after her debut album. And yeah, let's go. Madonna was a hit from the beginning. Her first album did so good that leading into her second album, they decided to push back the release date by a few months. Her second album, Like a Virgin, ends up getting released November 12th, 1984. So, as we know, Madonna can be particular. But that's why I love her. She knows what she wants, and that's what she's gonna get. While making Like a Virgin the record, she is very particular in who she picks to help her with this record. She's very hands-on in all the art and music that she makes. She's the one in control, and she's just allowing others to come and help her build her own vision. So within this vision, she saw Nile Rodgers, who's worked with David Bowie in the past. Learning that Nile Rodgers helped produce and work on this album with Madonna didn't really surprise me too much, as Madonna is a really big fan of David Bowie's music and his style, so the influence can be seen, and you can kind of both see how they're both very expressionary artists, and I think Nile just enhances their form of art. Madonna's vision is set in stone. She knows what she wants, and she ends up writing 5 of the 6 songs for this album. I think her ability to write 5 of the 6 songs kind of shows that she is the queen of pop. There are a lot of excellent pop artists out there who don't write their own music, and that doesn't make them a not good pop artist, but it makes you the queen of pop when you're writing your own music, picking who's going to be on the music at your second album. She has so much agency already, and I think it's just so incredible, and that doesn't really happen these days. And another way Madonna is hands-on in creating her vision of what she thinks Like a Virgin should be like. She handpicks Steven Meisel, the iconic photographer in New York City, known for doing Vogue, fashion runways, and everything in between. He is pop culture, and she handpicks him. In these photographs, you can see Madonna wearing a wedding dress with this big hair and gloves and a belt that says boy toy. She's really empowering herself. Many felt that the connection made between her art and her own religious name, Madonna, which is the Catholic's title name for Jesus' mother, Mary, and the Christian concept of virgin birth, all interconnected within Madonna's newest album. And this ruffled some feathers, let me say. Growing up in church, I understand how silly things can ruffle feathers. And this wasn't even silly. She was being full serious. But she's reclaiming herself in a way too. She's reclaiming these things that have made her feel less than, made her feel oppressed as a woman. And she's reclaiming them as a part of her identity and saying, no, this is me. I'm Madonna. I am bigger than feeling not good enough. I am bigger than feeling repressed by these rules and this judgment. And she rolls with it, and it causes a lot of controversy, but it's something that carries on through the rest of her career, and it's really heavily a part of her imagery. The other people that were helping with Like a Virgin come to fruition also understand how big of an impact it's going to make. Adrian Phillips, who was the costume designer for Like a Virgin, says, "This was one of the most shocking, liberating moments in pop culture and fashion history." Do y'all understand? That's huge. Every single person working on this album, including Madonna, understand the huge impact they are going to make. Now that Like a Virgin is created and released, she goes on and performs her first single, which is the title track Like a Virgin, at the VMA MTV Awards. This is when the culture changed forever. If you guys don't know this performance, you have to look it up. And I know I suggest y'all looking up videos all the time or listen to this song, but For real, you will not regret looking up Madonna MTV VMAs 1984. She comes out of a wedding cake wearing a wedding dress, her big hair, her gloves, the big belt that says boy toy, and she sings like a virgin for the first time ever. The world isn't only shook by the imagery alone, as well as the lyrics in this song. People aren't even used to hearing the word virgin. Like, they are shook out of their mind, much less what's about to happen while she's on stage. She's singing on stage, and then she goes to perform some more risque things. Guys, she ends up masturbating on stage. And I know what you're thinking. Oh my god, that's so crazy. Yeah, kind of crazy, but everyone overreacted, obviously. They literally acted as if she was having sex on stage. No, there was clothes on the whole time. She was just simulating it over her dress, and people freaked out. And I think this shows also as a society how simple minded we are and how normy we are these days, that like a woman pretending to masturbate on stage really caused that much of a drama. But without even that simple form of liberation, she paved the way for a bunch of other artists who now can do similar things and not be punished for it. So immediately after the VMA performances, Madonna runs backstage to her manager, and they both are freaking out. She says that she thought her career was over that day, and so did he. But we all know that's not true, and most of us know that performance already. So that only boosted her career and really proved to us who Madonna was. She was not afraid of the consequences. She knew the consequences might be there. Now, looking back, many critics claim that that was the most iconic MTV VMA performances of all time. So it is interesting how times have changed, and it's seen as one of the most iconic performances, when back then she literally thought her career was over, doing something that we all probably see all the time on stage now, and we don't even blink an eye. Following Madonna's VMA performance, she continues to do a few other performances. She appeared at 1985 Live Aid charity concert, where she performed Into the Groove. This is another one of my favorite Madonna videos. So you guys, this is one where you can really see her passion. Like, you can tell that she's supposed to be a pop star. She was born for it. And you don't often see that in many videos of early musicians. But when you watch her perform at Live Aid, you can tell that she's the queen of pop. You can tell that she's going to do big things. It's in her bones. Like, I don't know how to explain it. You just have to watch it. Her passion and drive in that is insane. And it will inspire you. It inspired me. So now Madonna is finally ready for tour. She's doing a headlining tour for her first time. And coming with her are the Beastie Boys and Run DMC. They're both opening for Madonna. So we're in 1985, and she's getting ready to start a North American tour. So she's doing a lot of cities in the United States and a few Canadian dates. These are all venues that are going to be theater sizes, so a little bit like mid-level, nothing like a basketball or sporting arena yet, but she is ready to go. The first stop on this tour is in Seattle. And this is really wild, guys. So the tour is sold out. And this show is sold out, but more than the ticket holders show up. So, like, all the fans with tickets show up, but even more people than that show up. They have the concert, and immediately after that concert, they cancel the rest of the tour and rebook them into sporting arenas. So they booked an entire tour with small theaters and smaller venues, and they immediately sold out, and so many people kept coming that they were forced to cancel all those and book Madonna into sporting arenas. Y'all, her first headlining tour, she's doing sporting arenas. That's next level. Like, I don't even know who anyone that does that. Madonna says it herself. The whole tour was crazy, because I went from playing CBGB Club and Mud Club to playing sporting arenas. I played a small theater in Seattle, and the girls had flap skirts on, their tights cut off below their knees. laced up gloves, rosaries and bows in their hair, and big hoop earrings. I was like, this is insane. After Seattle, all the shows were moved to arenas. I've never done a bus tour. Everyone says they're fun. This is when Madonna, I think, earns the crown as the Queen of Pop. She has fans that are dressing like her, following her around the country. She can be controversial as she wants, and they're still coming back and dressing up as her. And it's because she inspires them. She takes this normality of being a woman and changes it into something as rebellious as herself. She takes what some might see as repression and being held back by simple things like marriage and religion, and she finds her own agency in those things. And she uses that to express herself and take back the power. And that's one of the reasons I just love her so much. She takes back the power in things that she felt oppressed in or that she felt held back from, like growing up in Catholic school. One of my absolute favorite things that Madonna has ever done was during her Like a Virgin tour, part of the intro to the song Everybody, she brings out this huge boombox, and it's a whole dramatic thing. You should look it up on YouTube. But she brings out this boombox, and she says, "Every girl has a box, but my box is special, because mine makes music. But of course, it has to be turned on." Y'all, drop the mic. That's funny as fuck. She's crazy for that. Like, I know all the simpletons that hear that are gonna lose their mind because she thinks she's being so vulgar and so crazy. But what part of those people don't understand is that's the point. She doesn't care enough for her to go crazy about that. Like, she doesn't care enough of your opinion or other people's input for it to affect her, so why not do something that will make you freak out? I think that she does this in a rebellious way to make the simpletons uncomfortable, and a lot of people that don't understand what she's with think that she's doing it for shock value or attention, which is definitely a part of what she's doing, but also they see it as shock because they're used to like simple things, rigid black and white, yes and no, and she kind of throws that out of the window and she does what she wants to do. Like a Virgin isn't a shock album. Many people see it like that, but it's more of a reflection of Madonna's freedom. At least that's how I see it. She grew up in a more of a conservative household that brought her to Catholic school, and she danced, and that's how she found her freedom. She uses those things that maybe she felt controlled her at one point, like Catholicism and religion, and puts it in a context that is freeing for herself and freeing for others who may experience the same thing she experiences. Same thing Madonna does with the wedding dress. She's rejecting the modern stereotype of being just a wife, a stay-at-home mom, nothing but a woman. But she's saying, I can be a woman, but I'm a pop star. I'm the queen of pop. I'm not just that. I know we didn't get super deep into Like a Virgin, but I don't want to keep you guys here forever, and I think it's honestly really important if you're interested in this. It's not necessarily important, but if you really want to fully understand what all this is about, go and watch it yourself. It'll only take 15 minutes to watch that Like a Virgin MTV VMAs and then Into the Groove at Live Aid, and then go listen to that album. And I think you'll really start to understand and appreciate it a little bit more with some context. I have some really exciting things coming up for the podcast, so stay tuned. We have an interview coming up, and if you are listening on Spotify, please rate me or whatever streaming service you're listening to, and follow me on Instagram at Pop Palace. This is Jack. Have a good day. Bye.